Yeah, it was like 12 or something.
It was 2d10.
Right?
That's what we decided for
Actually,
the charge packs.
Such a good movie.
And I had 4 charge packs, so that's 8, and then I had 2 crack grenades. Oh wow!
So 12 d10.
Super special dice.
No, the crack grenades are just. Oh yeah, you're right. Oh my gosh.
That's a total of 12.
Yeah,
just roll those with it?
Yeah,
Roll
I'm
all
going
those.
to.
That's just
But-
a fearless leader.
I want to see this.
This is gonna be incredible.
Everybody die.
Before I die, I just go blood for the blood
Oh,
god.
it's fully taken over.
Oh. Whoa.
Surprisingly not amazing, but
I
still like
know.
Everyone's dead.
But like there's a lot of 2s in there.
Yeah, what the F?
It
Just-
was a crudely made one-arm box.
Cassius is
Oh my gosh,
Harsh.
it's still an insane amount of damage.
Yeah, it's like 40 plus.
You just need to burn your fate point and you'll live.
We find him on the ground.
His
like,
body just like blown
He just
out
has like
of the-
0 limbs, but he's still alive. You know, his grab shoots somehow just like.
takes him away.
10, 14, 28.
Maybe we just
38,
catch up, like his
48,
body catches up with us, and we pull it
64.
forward.
He like
Wow.
Because
catch him.
So
really
you're
nice.
burning a fate point.
For next time? Or for to re-roll that?
No, burning a fate point to stay alive. Okay.
Cassius, you madman.
Casted.
All right. So
Yeah.
here's where we get more narrative here. So as you guys are like falling out of the ship, like oh gosh,
Yeah.
you guys are activating your grab shoots or whatever they're called. You start to notice as you're falling like through the flux when you fall into open air, you see that there's still a barge below you guys that's heading towards Anvil. But you also notice to your right there's another barge that's going up into the clouds.
So
There's a barge and then like way down you see like
so there are
Like
2
it's
barges
small.
heading up and 1 normal one.
so yeah there's 2 barges above you heading into the so one of them's up in the flux,
Yeah.
the other one's entering the flux, and then there's one
So
below
the
you
Valkyrie
guys.
wasn't able to take out that.
They did, but she broke the slave circuit. And there wasn't a team in there to manually activate the thrusters.
I thought we killed the thruster, so it should just fall, right?
You didn't? Did you kill the thrusters?
The Valkyrie
I
just
thought you
took
just
shots
shot.
at
You
it.
shot through the command center.
Oh yeah, we just lit up the.
Oh, so it's just like flying normally but damaged.
Well, the command center's all shot to shiz, but yeah, and your team members in there are like dead, as far as you know.
Could just have the other teams just shoot it down completely.
I
Um.
was gonna say,
It's not like
the
super
snipers
fun.
So-
to take him out.
Yeah, you know, I I float my way down to that barge and just start loading it.
Are you
shooting
gonna
it.
want to make an entry into the barge, or just land on top, or what are you thinking?
Can I reasonably do that? Isn't the barge moving faster than I am?
Yes, but like, I mean, you know, you can get down to it.
I can actually like.
Yeah, and you guys still have your box speeds and stuff.
Yeah.
I might like try and float down parallel and just like shoot like 5 rounds of my
So,
reloaded gun into it.
The grab sheets are like a slow fall.
Oh.
They're not. It's not a jetpack.
Mhm.
They're
That's
like
the only-
fancy
well, yeah, it's like a
parachutes.
parachute, but space parachute.
Yeah.
So like I can like try and like. So is it automatic or
We have picture.
do I like pull it at a certain point?
You activate it with I think an agility test.
I don't know.
Yeah, there's an operate aeronautica for us.
So if I like try and like direct myself
I would imagine it's kind of like
over
because
close
it's like
to it.
attached to you, so I can kind of imagine it's kind of like controlling
It's
one
like
of
a
those
wingsuit.
parachutes.
Mm-hmm.
You okay?
No. I've been sitting down all day and my legs are killing me. So.
And there's like not reasonably too much that I can do, but like theoretically.
Just roll for it. Can
Yeah.
he roll to try and do that?
I think so.
Yeah. Agility?
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's
that,
my
17.
second worst stat. So
Wait.
that's I believe in myself.
They want their name.
That is not how you roll dice. It's a fail.
It went off the table. Roll it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a
Oh,
fail still.
man.
Oh,
Been a
Dang
bad.
okay.
Yeah, I mean I
Cool.
can't
So-
get close
so
enough to
You're not
shoot
getting
it.
good direction in these high winds. And so yeah, you guys are falling. And Harold, as you're falling with
20,
Zuriel,
22.
you're like kind of in and out of consciousness. And you look up and
99.
you see this flaming comet of a corpse of an individual coming out, and you realize that it's the Aeronautica thrusters on his back that are just like enveloping him, but it's Castus coming on out of there, and that whole command like
Castus's
center
body
detonated.
flies through the other ship.
Castus.
Yeah.
So as you get blasted out, like all is nothing.
Pretty sure I'm dead.
And you embraced your death wholeheartedly, and by uttering uttering the words like "blood for the blood god," which as a Cadian you know exactly what that means. You felt a warmness enveloping you, and pretty soon it got fiery hot,
Oh.
but it didn't hurt,
Oh.
and your heart filled with a piece of rage as you shot out, and all you can think is more.
All right.
I'm going to give you
It's terrifying.
a mutation.
Let's do it.
Sweet.
It's called, so put this with the blood for the blood god.
Yeah.
It's called Unquenchable Bloodthirst.
Oh no.
The effect, this entity is a walking massacre, an unstoppable frenzy of carnage, slaughter, and destruction. Whenever this entity inflicts critical damage, it heals a number of wounds equal to double the amount of the critical damage dealt.
Whoa.
What
That's
the?
amazing.
Where's
Yeah.
the?
I want
Where's
to
the?
be that.
Can someone hand me a sticky note? What's that
No.
pad?
You're like
Do you want a
the
little
guy
one?
from
Yes.
Doom. You don't die. You just heal and you kill things. Ah!
So when I do critical damage, I gain the number of double the number of critical damage I inflict on an individual.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's
So-
critical damage just when you do.
So crit damage is when it's going to operate similar to Crisis's soul. Shoot, what is it called? Your effective fate points.
Yeah.
I don't remember what it's called.
I don't. I can look at it.
Fate Eater, yeah.
Yeah,
It's
Fate
going to operate like that. So when you do crit damage to an individual that can earn this kind of stuff,
Oh, I see.
you heal double the wounds that you inflict.
Good twice the pride of the fool.
Still good.
Yes.
Yeah.
You gotta kill important people.
That's awesome though.
Yeah, luckily it's a different campaign, so we're not in not different campaign.
So that's not going to operate all the time, but
No.
it'll still be well. And honestly, so what I would also say is, if dealing damage, you roll like the 0 and invoke the frenzy. Whatever that roll is,
That's second roll.
That's, yeah, the
That's
second
second
roll.
Yeah.
I'd say you heal double that.
That makes
Okay.
sense.
So it's not an all the time thing, but it's a some of the time thing.
No,
yeah,
but that's
some of the
awesome
time
when
is
it
better than none
works.
of the time.
Did you get that written down?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Is no longer God Emperor's Fury. It's just blood God Fury.
Do I gain corruption points for that?
Billion.
Oh, the corruption.
I think. So, would you like to take a willpower test to avoid taking corruption?
I'll just take it.
What is your corruption at right now?
It's at, I think it's at a 10. It's
Yeah.
at a 9.
Is that a 9?
Kind of makes sense because you fully
Roll
accepted it.
2d10.
Oof.
Ooh, 25.
16, yeah.
Was there a 0 there? Roll it again.
Oh,
Oh no!
yeah. 28.
So what's your total now?
13,
28.
19, 28. Yeah.
28. Do you want to round it up?
Yeah.
30.
I mean, he literally had to call upon a dark god to survive an explosion. That's pretty corrupt.
This is gonna be awesome.
Oh no.
I do think if Deco dies, you should just play Castus as your lead character.
I think that's
Because
what
that would be
happened.
way too cool.
I know.
Comes in with his.
I actually need to look at it in this book.
Castus, weirdly enough, might have been for more than the Dark Heresy characters at this point. And that's saying something.
I know.
He's,
So Castus's only permanent wounds are just like his missing arm.
I think that is actually the only thing that's happened to you.
Yeah, which makes sense because my strength did go down because of that.
You're not a melee person anyways,
No.
so it really actually.
No.
You're
But
not
if someone's like, I need help picking you up, I'm like,
I killed him.
Just
Ow.
kill that guy?
He said he needed help. I thought he'd be like help passing on.
Wow. I had you.
You gotta help me curse so bad.
Yeah. Just pull a Han Solo, Indiana Jones, just shoot him in the gut. Out of
That
nowhere.
is like the most epic thing ever. I just love that so much. It just,
I'm just waiting for Castus to actually go full on. Can't actually help himself, needs to kill things.
oh man, that's gonna be bad. I think Castus, if he doesn't play his cards right, he's gonna be one that gets hunted.
Well, yeah, because it's progressed so nicely. It started as like normal soldier willing to do soldier things. Then it went to like, this weird like enjoyment for the death and carnage. But I think it's
for
just
the
like
God
the God
Emperor.
Emperor
Yeah.
like invigorating me, and now it's full on like this is not for the God Emperor.
This is for me.
Oh wow.
And corn.
I do this for me.
It can only get worse, and that's why it's great.
So I'm just trying to.
There we go.
Actually, that's a good one. I might do that one.
Which one?
Don't worry about it. We'll see.
I have 30 corruption. I'm like, what if he gives you like a demon arm? I
feel like
think that would be a little.
noticeable.
I think that'd be a little further down the line, corruption wise. But then,
Roll 2d10.
Psycho dice. Here we go. Oh boy. 15.
50.
15.
15.
oh wait, are you looking for
A
like?
percentage or
No. Yes.
96.
96?
That was the best face I've seen in a while. It's so. Oh.
First he's like, but then he's like, uh-oh. Castus. Joy's
Did we
long
just
walks
make a demon?
on the beach. Likes to eat babies.
Apparently, the best way to make or meet demons is just to have a lot of explosives.
For
It's
the
worked
blood
twice
god.
this session.
Roll. I just want to see. Roll it again. This is on a different chart.
38. The 96 wasn't satisfactory.
I think the 96 is what is bad.
His punishment must be more severe.
This one's just. So Korn has no psychic powers. You rolled to gain a psychic power. So I don't think we're gonna do that one.
What was it, just out of curiosity?
What was the psychic power?
Yeah.
Oh, he would have had to roll for it. So what I did was I was like, well, let's see what it would have happened on a major mutation table. And then he rolled it was
38.
like degenerate mind, and I was like, nah, Castus doesn't have a degenerate mind.
No, you're not a degenerate, Castus.
Okay, so
You're
but if we were
contributing member
thinking
of
about the
society.
psychic power thing, what's the dark one where you like the blood one that's like the vampire one?
Oh yeah, it's in the Dark Gods book.
Yeah.
Does that like drain health?
I think it's something like that. Yeah.
You just
Like
have
a-
like
it's
two
like a life
drain health
draining one.
abilities.
I don't know. But I think that would be something like if I was gonna get a psychic power, that can't be on all the time. You don't have to talk
It was
about
like flavor text beforehand. Where did it go?
Do you want me just to roll again? See what I get for the big one?
No, I think I'm gonna just pick for you.
Picking
That's
the
cool.
narrative one.
Oh yeah, one that makes sense narratively. That's acceptable.
I know it's in here. Why don't
Here we go.
Oh, you found it nice and quick.
Um,
Psychic vampire.
yeah.
I don't want.
It's actually basically the same as the ability you already have, just
Oh, really?
Not-
That's
Quite
the
as good.
that's the problem. I don't want to stack too much regeneration.
Yeah.
that one's actually pretty weak. Except you could do this one more at will.
Let me just roll again while you're trying to decide just to see what I get, okay?
This
And
is
if you find one that you like, we can go with that one. Because this time I rolled a 40, and I don't even know if that makes a difference.
You'd gain a wound.
Yeah.
That's all we need. Let me see on the second powers.
And I am okay with not gaining anything from that.
What's your willpower?
Thank you.
My
Oh, no.
willpower is a 34.
I made this for you.
Okay. 34, eh?
I don't know about you guys, but that felt like a great success.
Why?
Yeah.
Just everything you did.
That actually, I felt
we have
like a
pretty
legit.
much
no
no
what?
casualties.
Here's what we're
Just
gonna do.
2 arms
What?
and a chest.
We're
an eye.
gonna say that the mutation is
What happened?
working.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
That way we're not stacking on top of each other.
No.
Your correction's at 30.
Yeah.
And I have to give you like a malignancy kind of thing.
Yeah, do it.
Strike me down.
I
Gotta make things right.
Sometimes you just need that.
It's good.
I'm gonna say your malignancy is dark-hearted. Your character is starting to just like, you know what? This whole galaxy, like, I don't know about it. It says
Just
the
becoming
character
nameless.
grows, so your character is going to grow increasingly cruel, callous, and vindictive, which I think goes along with your intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
Is he dumb?
It says reduce your fellowship by D10.
Okay.
So
2.
yeah, that's easy. Cool.
It does drop you right there.
That's okay.
Where
He's becoming evil. Yeah. This is
Evil.
pretty cool.
You're still going to be one arm.
Yeah, no, I'm fine with that.
Awesome. And yeah, so we're going to go ahead and switch over a little bit. So you guys are descending through the clouds, and you see him as like a full moon comet.
I wouldn't think he's blessed by them, but that's amazing. God had received you. Prayed for you. Wow, when he finds out you're evil, it's gonna be a dark day.
Who, Harold? That'd
Okay.
be sad.
You're a killer.
Oh, maybe.
Probably.
Okay. We're going to switch over
Hey.
to the main characters
Go way too far.
for this last little bit.
These guys even main characters anymore?
You have gotten quite a bit of only wars.
Well, I just rolled the
Usually
same
only
roll
wars
3
like
times in a
start in
row.
there.
Yeah.
What is it?
No, that was awesome.
Oh.
Okay. So, right now, Mr. Crisis. So you've emerged from this building, you're on fire, you're like patting it out, like stumbling and whatnot, the building collapses and everything's horrible.
Yeah.
Vehicles are all on fire.
Yeah.
There's screaming and stuff going on. Stuff like that.
Yeah. What is the Emperor trying to tell me? I just like stop, drop, roll, like get back up, and like
So yeah, you're putting the fire out.
assess this situation. I glory in the flames for a bit before like returning to like, oh yeah, I should do something. I'm like,
So you see Ava, that Adeptus Sororitas, with the jetpack. She emerges from this burning wreckage of a Ridge Runner, carrying a limp Cascade. You hear different rumblings and stuff in the cave. Several great stalactites have fallen around the outpost site. Big boulders falling out of the ceiling too. There's dust everywhere, and you can still hear like different splashes in the river as rocks collide with the water.
Oh.
The sound of the explosion was deafening. Your ears are really ringing, and black smoke is just bellowing from this building behind you. And as you're looking around, you see, like, closest to you is Fax, and you got knocked unconscious by the building as it.
Faxian?
It's Bill.
Bill.
Okay.
Bill.
I didn't know Bill was unconscious.
Bill.
Yeah.
Science rules.
Alright, yeah, I'm going to. So he's there. Cascade's being dragged. Do I see her body?
Perception test.
My perception is. Oh, I pass. Good for me.
Nice. Yeah, so you see the Psyker who is with you guys, Talia. She's run over to where Joss is and has like glowing stuff coming out of her hands, and she's like trying to heal Joss.
Yeah.
Wait, Psycho?
I don't really have any skills that can help out here. I guess I have cooking, so I can look at how well cooked she is.
Oh, sick.
I have singing, so I can sing a little morning song.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you want to head over to her?
Yeah.
Cool. So you head over that way, and as you're doing that, thinking about your cooking skill and stuff, you find a chunky like Play-Doh leg.
Oh, how well cooked does it look?
Odd or even?
Even.
Odd. Oh, her. Yeah.
Really fresh, but it's like super charred, like seared around the sides. So
I could have
like
done
a
better.
very
Flash
rare
fried.
steak.
I'm pretty unimpressed.
Okay.
He's like, wow, this is terrible.
I'll move along.
And is this the one with the missing toe?
I don't remember.
Odd or even.
I think it is.
My missing pinky toe, it doesn't say which leg it was on.
Odd or even?
Even.
This? Yeah, this toe has 4 toes.
Someone must have already eaten one of them.
4 little toes.
That's my conclusion.
I love this character.
My little piggy.
Ah, someone's leg. Wow, this is cooked really poorly. Someone already tried to eat it. How lowbrow can you get?
You guys are firebrand. You lived in the wilderness. You gotta save your resources.
You know, I'm running low on rations. I gotta consider everything. Yeah, I walk over to her.
the leg?
I start humming. No. I bring the leg over, see if I can put it, weld it back on.
No.
Poke,
Ow,
poke,
ow,
poke,
ow,
poke.
ow. No, thank
You're
you.
unconscious.
It would still
Talia's
probably
like,
not feel
what
good.
are you doing?
If we burn it just right, the leg can be reattached.
Jedi. What do you know? There you go. All right, so you're over there, kind of assessing everything.
Yeah. Is there anything I can do to help?
Talia's like, yeah, put your hands here, try to stop this bleeding. And she does not roll on the second. You gain 3 wounds.
She was at negative.
You're at negative 7.
-7.
But
Okay.
you don't gain the crit back, you gain normal back.
Oh, nice.
So critical
gain
damage can only be
3
healed by
wounds.
a medical facility.
Oh, so
Or me.
Yeah.
the effect that you have is permanent and counts towards that critical. So once you get down to 0, you'll be back to critical 6 or 7 or wherever.
Yeah, wherever it was.
Okay,
Sorry.
but if you go to a facility, you'll be
They'll strap you up.
back, and they can potentially fix whatever
9.
permanent damage was inflicted. Interesting.
Cool. Yeah, Deco.
Because I'm like the only
Still
conscious
unconscious,
person.
badly wounded. You see him over near where Joss is. Doesn't look like he can speak. You also see that his arm's nearby as well. That one looks way more cooked. Like,
Oh yeah.
It's full cooked.
It's crispy.
But that was mostly robot.
Yeah, it's like you wouldn't eat it, but it's like if you dropped a toothbrush in a bonfire and like went and tried to find it later.
I mean, sometimes like you can like use gilding for like special meals, but I assume there's just a bit too much metal here. So
Yeah.
you know, I'm a little disappointed. You know, there was potential, but it ultimately,
Yeah,
yeah.
Ava.
Against it.
Ava's over trying to
Not against
wake up Cascade. As you're looking around the campsite too, you see over by another Ridge Runner. Liara is unconscious from the detonation of the Ridge Runner next to her. And so it's kind of situation's fairly dire.
Yeah. So okay, the vehicles there are, like, so there were the 2 big ones and the 3 like smaller ones.
So there were there was 4. There were 3 motorcycles, 1 quad, and then the
Right.
2 Ridge Runners.
Okay. And the Ridge Runners are just unusable.
Yeah, they're unusable.
How are they?
The bikes? I know the quad is okay. I can't remember what went down with the other things. I think they might be alright too.
Yeah, they didn't have explosives on them. So unless they were next to something that blew up. Yeah. I'm not very smart. I'm not very perceptive either, so I'm going to use my fellowship to try and just like, you know, like if anyone looks like they're panicking or need some sort of like moral support.
Column.
Yeah.
Alright, you want to roleplay? Before you roll.
Yeah. I'm trying to. Yeah.
So
what's the situation? Does anyone look like they need?
So you're helping right now stop the bleeding on Joss's leg. And Talia, who is here, her face looks very, very grim. You can see Deco sitting there trying to be awake, but he looks. How do you feel, Mr. Slug Boy?
Yeah,
Are you freaking out a little bit? Trying to get out of the water, maybe?
I honestly, I'm trying to figure out if that was real. Because I think I recognized that I almost died. Because, it was so close. So it was did that thing bring me back to life? Was that just a near death? My neurons were firing and that's the last thing I saw? I just don't know what anything means right now. So I'm just kind of confused.
Probably a little jittery.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looks pretty frightened over there.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So I have not been here long, so I assume you do not know much about me. Where I am from, I live near Volcano.
You're talking to Talia?
Yeah, I'm speaking a bit loudly. It's mostly
It's
to
just for
Talia,
everybody?
but I'm making it loud enough that those close enough can hear me. It is a sacred site. When I was young, I used to wonder why. The volcano originally brought destruction upon the land. Many forests burned, but over time, it brought about fertile land. And from that land, the land grew lush. Yeah, I was in a smoky building.
That was.
And from that, the land grew lush. Now is more beautiful than one could even imagine. Sometimes we need a purifying flame in our lives. This may be that time.
That was pretty rad.
Oh, jeez.
Alright,
We
plus
just turned into an
plus
actual
30 to
role-playing
fellowship
room.
roll.
Plus what?
Plus 30 to the fellowship roll.
I'm gonna use my fate point because I rolled a 99.
No one was listening.
Everybody was like, wow, this guy's full of crap.
This guy's an a-hole. We're all burned to death.
Okay, my other fate point.
You stole that whole speech on Avatar The Last Airbender.
Okay, I passed. I passed.
Oh, I thought that was a 92 for a second. I was like,
Too
no.
funny.
So you see Talia has a bandana around her eyes. By the way, she lost her eyes.
Okay.
You can see that there's like
Like,
tears coming out from underneath. How do you feel? Take a willpower test, and you get a plus 20 because of his fellowship business. You feel better.
yeah, I feel great.
You're like, oh, okay.
It's fine.
Fertile.
Fertile. I'm fertile.
I am a fertile, lush lad.
Thank you for the slide.
You look down at your
Your fertileness.
fertility.
All right.
You feel blessed in your continued potential.
Happy Valentine's Day. All right, cool. So I'm gonna leave you in the cave at that moment, feeling a little bit better about things.
All right.
Mr. Titus.
Alrighty.
Up on the barge with Mr. not Alvis, because Alvis is doing things, but with Thaddeus.
Yes.
So
On the rooftop.
Thaddeus, he's been like going through things, and he has access to it's the Agent of Lord Dagon. It's the progenitor grid or something. The internet. But it's like the dark web, like the behind the curtains kind of internet,
Ooh.
The bad one.
or the good one.
And I agree.
And so he's telling you, he's like, just so you know, I'm through the vid feeds with a subconscious. I'm tracking Alvis's location. So
Where is he?
alright,
Elvis?
he's not here. He's
Alvis.
It actually looks like he's stopping at a room labeled Stasis Protocol Memory Bank CIT-45. Do you know anything about that?
Do I know anything about that?
This is perfect recall.
Have I ever seen such a...
Okay, so yeah, you're like, yeah, that does feel very familiar. Thaddeus is like, let me see what I can pull up. And so he finds files titled the Stasis Protocol
Such a good job.
and
I have
files
plus
Project
30.
Nightfall.
I
And
need to roll like
these trigger
I'm just like crit fail.
those trigger thoughts in your head. So you end up having a flashback.
Oh my gosh.
Um,
Oh my gosh. Ooh, that one was rough.
okay, so you already know that you've been mind cleansed.
Mm-hmm.
You remember from past visions that your memories were stored in various servitors called wisps. Do you remember when you visited? You remember when you visited that room and got the servo skull for Alvis?
Yes.
You start to stuff starts to unlock a little bit. And you realize that you were delivering your own memories to him. He was having you be like the errand boy for yourself. And Alvis was using your research on the warp to further his research into xenotech and the warp and Blackstone. You remember? So there was an accident, and so this is what Thaddeus is pulling up. There was an accident in the lab that almost kills you. And the warp is accidentally exposed because of black stone. Alvis wasn't able to connect why that happened, but there was a point where he kicked the lever back to reverse polarization on this black stone. Do you remember that duel fight that you had with him in that control center?
Yes.
Where you like went all nuts.
And super
Yeah.
flaming on him. Right.
So essentially, when Alvis kicked that lever back and like you ended up like passing out, as you're like searching within yourself and comparing it to the information that Thaddeus is pulling up, you realize that when that black stone got polarized for good, it provided like a minor shield for you, and all of the dark demon souls were ripped out of you as an anti-chaos barrier. But in this act, the machines inside of you were damaged, and you know about the machines inside of you. Initially, you thought that those were what gave you psychic powers, but those were actually what kept you from using psychic powers. It was like a safety barrier because these were damaged. And you also, Thaddeus is able to pull up a record where there was a point where you tried to kill Alvis and his research on the spot, but Alvis was able to activate a shutdown switch on you. And you see this little video feed of you actually falling limp on his verbal command.
Do I hear what the verbal command was that he used?
It's a muted video.
He hears it.
It was just a security.
It just passes
It was
out.
just a yeah. That's exactly what would happen.
Yeah, that's right.
So there's points where there's like documents where you've tried to reason with Alvis as to why he can't pursue your research, but Alvis has decided that your memories have Alvis has decided a couple times that your memories outlived their usefulness, and he's mind cleansed you again and again before each time placing you in a stasis pod. So you're kind of wondering if, like, and Thaddeus is wondering this too. It's a very perplexing thing. He's wondering if you exist anymore, or if you ever existed, because there's been many duplications and resets of your mind.
Nothing about his mind.
He has found files for constructed memories that are plugged in once a mind has been cleansed. Thaddeus, as he's going through this, he's like, it appears that there are 3 constant in all of these fabricated memories that I am scanning. One, at one point, Titus, you were an Inquisitor. I don't know who Helena is, but it appears that she's always been a part of your life. The role changes often between friend, enemy, mother, sister, lover, daughter. The repaired fragments point most towards sister, but it appears that memory has been used in different ways. Alvis has tried to provoke different responses by programming your mind differently. And 3, he's always left your research untampered because apparently there's something in those memory banks for a lot of your years as Inquisitor that there's information that he needs. Do a minus 60 intelligence test.
Any kind of bonus?
Minus 60.
I mean, I guess I could crit.
Yeah.
21.
How
Sure
many
wasn't
hit points do you
79?
have?
I mean, I have 2.
Okay.
4-0.
Or 70.
Oh, this is Thaddeus.
Oh, you know what? Is it the...
No. This is my test.
Oh, that's...
He's going to try to reverse your mind cleansing.
Wow.
It's a minus 60 though, so I have to roll a 3.
Or a 2 or
Or
1.
79.
Almost. Should I reroll?
Do it.
Yeah, Thaddeus says no need for those fate points.
It's a 96. I have 1 more.
It's going to break me.
Here we go.
Frankly, I don't know if being reversed
But
cleanse
on a
right now
minus
would
30
be good.
test, I can download a duplicated version of the mainframe that he's searching right now to a secure location.
If you can choose, we only have one person that I want you to send this to. Because there's only one person in this world that I trust.
Is it me?
Who is this?
Heck no, it's me.
And he's looking at you as he's like getting ready to like try to do this, and he's like, what would you ask?
Joss is the only person that could handle this.
Handle this kind of information?
Because he has
I
that
am-
crazy amount of trust in you, remember?
Yeah.
Why?
We had an event happened, and she rolled like perfect on deceiving me, and then it's permanently trusting her now.
Yeah.
What? So remind me
I don't
what this
actually.
is.
It was while we
I
were
don't
in the
even
train
Yeah.
on the way to doing the ATM stuff, and I was starting to sense things, and they were being sneaky. And then she told me something, and she rolled a crit 0, and I was like, "Oh, I definitely believe you."
And then he was like,
For
"Yeah,
eternity.
she like never."
Oh, yeah,
lied to
like-
me."
Well, and just through all of these things, it accumulated. Because she's been the most consistent. She's the one that won the competition ages ago. She's proven herself time again. She punched a freaking train to death.
Oh, that's cool.
She did do that.
Super dead.
And I don't really trust Deco. In this version, you don't. No,
Yeah.
Guess what? I had a minus 30 test.
And facts.
And I had to roll a
also-
33 or under.
You
Guess
rolled
what
a
I rolled?
33?
I rolled a 33.
Wait, why don't you trust me?
Why would
He's
anyone
on
trust
That
Deco?
was the whole. That's our whole bond, is that I haven't trusted you yet.
Oh yeah, I haven't really figured that out yet.
You're
Or are there like
strange
official
Uh,
bond
people.
things, or is it just?
Estadius is doing this. And he's like, well, I'm tracing like different servitors and other stuff as well. I can confidently say it appears that your mind is the original.
Yay.
Is there? I know this is a superior long shot, but is there any information on where an original Helena might be?
It appears
No.
there's a vid feed to Helena. She's located in a Peridot research lab.
Right now.
This appears to be a current. It's a live feed.
Is this on the
Is
same
this
side?
the stinking lab we saved from the very beginning? Where is it?
Do you wanna see her?
Yes.
So he turns this screen to you. Can I see your character sheet?
Which part? Just to the book
The
now.
description.
Oh,
Your
like what I
character.
look like? Yeah. Where's my?
So if we had explored a little bit more.
Is this live?
No.
Okay.
But might as well be. Why?
Nothing. I just got a message from Shane.
But she said,
She said, "Have you seen that? There's this video of the little kid in England, and his dad's telling him, he's like, I got Father Christmas rang me on the telly last night and said you're on the naughty list." And they have this argument, and that little kid's like, "Oh yeah? Well, next time I see Father Christmas, I'm going to give him an uppercut." And the dad's like, "What?" He's like, "That's right. I'm going to punch his beard off." And his dad's like, "I don't even know what to say."
That's crazy.
So you see this girl.
Hey, I gotta go though.
No.
I know, I'm so sorry.
We're getting ready to end like right now.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's just a vid, and there's this girl. She's in a
Space
stasis
podcast.
pod, and you see this girl has gold-colored skin. Her hair is white, silvery.
Ooh.
And her eyes are violet. You just see her face. And then
Does she not look mutated or weird or anything like that? She just looks like how I remember her.
yeah. Do an intelligence test, Titus.
Super fast.
Nice.
Yeah, you
That's
can,
smart.
you can remember that that
56.
was that lab location was the one that was warped to a new location. And Thaddeus puts his hand on your shoulder and he looks at you and he's like, Thaddeus, your sister's alive.
And I am filled with a rage that I haven't felt in years.
I'm gonna end the session there.
That was
You're
good.
angry that she's alive?
He's angry that
that
Alvis.
That son of a bee has been holding her.
I'm just glad you didn't find out that like your original mind is like you were just like some random kid You know, like
Thank
you
you.
just had these memories put in him.
Well, the funny thing is, from Ty's perspective, he's always felt like a creation. Like,
Just only
he's
one.
a construction of his own surroundings. He's always been developed to deceive people and be charming, but that's not him.
Yeah, we're just gonna do only war.
Do we just do it?
Just only we're okay.
And I'm gonna go ahead and give Crisis 200 XP
I'll
for
take
that speech.
That was
That was a good speech. I feel like
one
that
of the
gets
best
rewarded.
speeches
That was
we've
well
had.
done.
Yeah.
I would like to see more of that, but some days I'm like, nah, that was high tier role playing. Thank you. Boom.
All right, I'm sorry, I'm holding you up, Mr. Dicko.
Don't worry about it. At first.
Behold.
Oh.
And it came to pass.
Oh, how much? Oh, I guess we're doing XP stuff.
I'll go ahead and do this to save on time.
Okay.
Dang, I should have just done that.
Castus, blood for the blood god. Castus for his giant bomb. Z did some awesome tech uses. And Tanner for self-sacrifice.
Zuria did awesome text uses.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
I thought
And we're done giving you double XP for the only war characters.
Yeah.
So everybody is going to get 200 XP, and then Castus gets 200 additional XP.
Yay.
Didn't know
Cool.
I was gonna use it.
All right, guys, that's it for session 36. Super happy. We're still going. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Hope to see y'all next week, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.
Ciao, y'all.